Today we're going to talk about food innovation. So let's jump in. So if we brought it into the food, let's think of a couple of examples where innovation in food production is really happening. This is Square Roots. It's a company in New York. It's run by Kimball Musk, Elon Musk's brother. And he's starting a food production system where it's farming in containers. It's called hydroponics, and it is really innovative. And that's an innovative way to produce food. The salty fish company brought innovation just into their packaging. They took an otherwise pretty ordinary product, as in a piece of seafood, a piece of fish, and they added a sauce. That was the innovation. It was just simple packaging. It was an innovation in packaging. Take a pretty standard piece of fish and add a really cool sauce. And they turned that into a 50 million turnover business in the UK. There's lots of innovation happening in the route to market. In how do we get our product into the hands of the consumer? Deliveroo is an obvious example that everybody knows about, but also the high-end supermarkets have their own food distribution home delivery system, something that didn't exist 15 years ago. One that I see a lot of at the moment is letterbox deliveries. So everybody has a letterbox, and the innovation comes from building a product that will fit into a piece of packaging that can be posted to the consumer's letterbox. And there are examples of chorizo and coffee and bacon that are being delivered through a subscription service. Really cool piece of innovation, but very simple. Something that has to be there is the innovation in sustainability. How do we make our food production more sustainable? How do we make the path from food production to the consumer? How do we make that more sustainable? And there's lots of examples of that. The companies that have adopted, or the producers that have adopted organic methodologies, they're powering ahead on that. Another company that's in Ireland that's doing really well is Food Cloud. They're taking waste food or out-of-date food from the supermarkets and they're bringing it to charities. And they're bringing innovation into an area where it wasn't before. And it's a really good system, and it's having a huge impact on people's lives. Sometimes we can be innovative in the way we tell the story about the product. And often the products can be pretty standard, but if we tell a great story about it, that's innovation. That's solving a problem and the commercialization of that. So a really good example of that would be Innocent Smoothies, which was a company that was started by advertising guys. No food background at all. They were advertising guys. They took a pretty straightforward product and they told the story incredibly well and turned it into a fantastic business. How we use technology, if that's the angle, how we use technology in the production or distribution of our food. And I suppose the thing we have to stop thinking is that everything is a completely original work of art. We're not reinventing the wheel in anything we do. And innovation doesn't come from a blank canvas. It'll come from doing something better, taking a step above where everybody else is in your market. And that could mean bringing an innovation that's someplace else into your market and building a business on that.